G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet, and we've had a bit of news, haven't we? The transfer window has got cracking up a pace now. We've looks like Tottenham Hotspur, by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen, has agreed a deal for Archie Gray. Depending on what you're reading, it's either for 25 or 30 or 15 or whatever, but they're also getting Joe Rodon as well. So it looks about like 25 million or 30 million plus Joe Rodon, and we get Archie Gray. Now, I've gone from a position of complete ignorance, I've never heard of the player, to getting pretty excited actually. I don't mind a bit of hype about this kid. I've been looking at some videos about him, looking at his highlight reels, just getting the feel of what's out there in the ether. First off, it looks like, broadly speaking, Leeds United fans are not happy to see him go. They think he's a good player, so I always put a bit of stock in that. He comes from a long line of footballers. His father, uncle and grandfather all played for Leeds United. So that, to me, increases the possibility of him having a level head. You know, sometimes when we've signed young players at expense, they haven't got the right attitude, and it appears sometimes that the people that are surrounding them aren't, not about acting in their best interest. That's not the right way of putting it, but not my kind of vibe. I'll just leave it at that. When your family members poking their nose in and saying, why isn't my kid playing and being picked and all that, I don't think that's good. That's good. So hopefully we're not going to have that trouble with Archie Gray. Now, as a player, he looks, he's 18, so he's young. So this is that's my only real reservation about the whole thing. The guy's age, I might be completely unwarranted for being a bit nervous about that, because, you know, if he's good enough, he's good enough, isn't he? And looking at some of the videos I've seen where, you know, people were trying to stick big tackles on him, he seemed to be just getting up all right and getting on with the game, not having a cry about things. He definitely looked like he had a couple of quick feet on him, jiggling the ball between 2 feet to go past players, pirouetting. You know, it seems all good for me. I didn't see much of him in the air, and I didn't see much of him actually setting up or scoring goals. So I guess that would be another question mark I would have. He seems to be a midfielder that played further back, perhaps maybe a bit box to box, but not an out and out winger or anything like that. So, you know, whether that makes his goals and assists excusable or not, I don't know. But the fact is, he played 44 games for Leeds United last year and started in 40 of them. So, you know, that says something to me. That says something. I know people might say it's only a championship club and all that, and he's not Premier League proven. Well, let's put a big barricade around the Premier League. No more players can come in unless you play for the Premier League, and we can just all enjoy those golden moments as we see like 60-year-old players running around the pitch in 40 years' time, because no players that aren't playing in the Premier League are allowed in. Such a nonsensical argument. He seems to be playing more in midfield for Leeds, but he has played at right back. So that's something that I think is really quite positive, that he's as a police car just goes past. It's all right, I ain't done nothing. Because he can play at fullback and midfield, he's a versatile player, you know. Maybe he's neither, maybe he's everything. But that ticks a box for one of the transfers I was after this year, which was a versatile fullback. Now, I had more in mind, I guess, playing left or right, and given that Archie is left-footed, maybe he can play both left or right fullback. But I think since we saw Van der Ven take over that role as a stopgap towards the end of last season in a couple of games, and Radu Dragusin was filling in for Van der Ven, you know, maybe having someone who can play on right back and not so much on left back, that's all right. And given the fact that he can play in midfield, that gives us two kids that I'm excited to see at what stage they're at. In Lucas Bergvall, and Archie Gray. And, some of the hype around Archie Gray, man, it's not coming from Spurs fans, it's coming from people outside Tottenham, or they used to be in Tottenham. My favourite one was from Chrissy Waddle, who was one of my favourite players at Tottenham. I used to love watching him play. He was electric. He said that Archie Gray is like both Luka Modric and Gareth Bale, in that he's going to use Tottenham Hotspur as a stepping stone before going off to Real Madrid. So Chrissy Waddle, my reading of that is that Chrissy Waddle says he's like Luka Modric and Gareth Bale rolled into one player. I don't need much to get carried away with things. And if that's the case, then I'm all for just enjoying the times that he's using us as a stepping stone. Hopefully, by the time we get to talk Turkey, he's on a 6-year contract, which is ages, isn't it? You know, I suppose you could start getting to the meaty part of that about 4 years down the track. And if we're a selling club, then that's what will happen. But hopefully by 4 years' time, we're going to be bigger than Real Madrid. Why not? Win a couple of Champions League this time, isn't it? Because we're going to win the Premier League this year. We're going to win the quadruple. And then the year after, we'll knock over the Champions League. That sounds like a pretty straightforward plan to me. Can't see anything going wrong with that. So the transfer window, you know, that's all right. That also means that, you know, we're under no pressure to lose a player like Emerson Royale. He can go. Or if he's being used more for midfield, I mean, we could still probably let the likes of Pierre or Skip or Lo Celso, those three, you know, go anyway. If we let three of them go, we probably need one extra person in midfield and a centre forward. And if that happens, I think that's going to make our team a hell of a lot better. And, you know, I get the argument that, you know, is this guy making the first 11 better? Well, I don't know. Maybe he is someone that can give competition for a place to, I don't know, a Maddison or a Pat Matsar or a Basuma or a Pedro Porro. Is competition for places. But there were times last year where we could have done with some decent cover. And we lost quite a lot of points when we didn't have it. So I think it will make the first 11 better because there's more competition for places. There's someone else snapping at their heels. And like I say, I'm interested to see him and Lucas Bergvall. What I would be disappointed is if, you know, as the window keeps going, that we see Archie Gray or Lucas Bergvall have, you know, agreed to a loan deal at another club. It's like, you know, maybe that's not what I want to see. I do want to see improvement now. So hopefully they're both going to be in the first team reckonings. We're going to start finding these things out pretty soon because it's only a couple of weeks until the first pre-season friendly, which I think is against Hearts. Might be wrong on that, but then we can start getting excited about the season. And I think if we do better than last year, I think we're going to be getting some silverware, boys and girls. And that's the way it is. So I'm excited. I'm excited about Archie Gray. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. Seems like the right sort of character and the right sort of attitude for Tottenham Hotspur. Well done. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. Till next time, folks. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.